All right. Hey, welcome to the Forging Elite Fathers podcast. This is episode 2. I'm Casey.
I'm Rob.
We hope that you enjoyed episode 1. Thanks for sticking it out with us, and know that we're on a process and a path of learning here as we do this. But we're excited about the second episode here and the conversation that we're going to have. As I drop my phone, pick that up. So we are pumped about it, but we want to get in a routine of kicking off each episode with our mission statement, why we're here, why we are here, and what we are doing. So I'm going to read this, and then as we progress, this will hopefully become knowledge that we can quickly give out and speak confidently. So right now, we are starting episode 2. We're going to kick this off with our mission statement again. We don't arrive elite. We're forged into it. We believe an elite father loves and leads his family as Jesus leads and loves the church and is constantly, willingly being sanctified to be like Christ. We believe that CrossFit is the best method for health and wellness due to its efficiency and varied nature. And our goal here is to encourage and unite Christian fathers who CrossFit. So as we read that off, there's a lot to that, talking about our faith, talking about CrossFit and health and wellness. And yeah, today we're going to focus our conversation towards CrossFit, why we believe it to be great, why we believe it to be the best method for dads, for families, for people in general, but specifically dads, to increase their fitness and to be an active part of their family's lives. So, Rob, first question that we'll dig into here is, why is CrossFit the best method for health and wellness? And go.
You want me to just take off from that?
Yeah, man, just take off from that. Give me your first thoughts as they come to mind.
It builds the biggest hedge against chronic disease, and it's measurable, repeatable, prepares us for the unknown and the unknowable, and provides a broad, inclusive fitness. And when we're in the affiliate, it provides a community for a lot of like-minded people.
Yeah, man, those are great things that come from it. And you can create those things in different ways through different methods of exercise. And I guess I wouldn't say exercise. Let me take that back. Different methodologies of fitness. Let's say that, because there's a lot more to it than just the workout. That there's ways to create that, but it becomes a lot harder outside of the affiliate walls, which, of course, as you know, I'm an affiliate owner. Believe that the affiliate is the way, the local gym, the local community, almost like the local church, is designed to encourage believers. This is here to encourage people who want health and wellness, right? The best health and wellness. And yeah, like you said, I think one of the biggest things that's overlooked is the hedge against chronic disease.
Right.
And the statement, I've always loved the statement that Coach Glassman gave, which was that we're lifeboats in a sea of chronic disease. And it's a huge deal. And when we talk about chronic disease, we talk about heart disease, talk about high blood pressure, we talk about diabetes, type 2 diabetes. What are some other ones you think of?
When I think of disease, I don't necessarily think of those type of diseases, but I just think of overall obesity.
Obesity, yep.
And also just all of the headspace that it comes with it. I could share my personal story. There was a point in my life where I had actually stopped CrossFit. My wife and I, we had children, and it just priority. So we started focusing on our family and trying to raise two little girls, and I had to kind of put something to the side, and that just happened to be the gym. Well, come to find out, I get a lot of stress. I have a lot of stress and have a lot of anxiety, and that came out through what is called adrenal fatigue syndrome. Just a little to dig into that just a little bit further. I lost 2 jobs in a matter
Mm.
of about 6 months. Had a third one lined up that I was super excited about. You could almost say that it was a dream job.
Yeah.
The people I interviewed with said, "Where have you been our whole life? We've been looking for someone like you. We're so ready for you to be here." Had a day-long, interview process of, like, going through they had it scheduled out to where I was there from 8 to about 3 to 5 PM, just interviews and with different people, and, really thought it was a good thing, and, got an email 2 days later that said, "Sorry, we're gonna move on to someone else."
Oh, wow.
And so it was that was in the during the process, I had lost those 2 jobs in a matter of about 6 months,
Mm.
and so then I was already down, had that happen. So adrenal fatigue, it manifests in how so for me it was that I was tired all the time. Uh like I would sleep all night, wake up extremely tired. Food just sounded it just felt like just the thought of food just kind of made me want to gag,
Hmm.
and just went through a lot of just a lot of tummy aches and migraines and things like that.
Just
So
different symptoms that
it's
have
really
popped up.
unwell,
Yeah.
right? And I'm not even sure how we really arrived at the like that's what I had. That's what was going on. Also, at the time, I was really trying to because I had lost those jobs, I was trying to uh, make a career out of being a freelancer, just
Mhm.
straight freelance. Not a lot of jobs coming in. I was staying up late at night worrying about all this stuff, drinking a lot of coffee, a lot of caffeine brings that on. And so so I like I said, I'm not quite sure how we kind of figured out that's exactly what it was. I guess just reading about the symptoms and what was going on with me. And the thing that the cure for adrenal fatigue is better sleep and exercise and good nutrition. Go figure. So
Yeah.
I knew immediately I had to get back in the gym. And
Mhm.
sure enough, about the time I got back to the gym is when things started picking back up, and the adrenal
Yeah.
fatigue it went away, and good to go after that.
That's awesome, man. I mean, yeah, there's a lot you had to change with that, right? It wasn't just you walk into the gym and show up and do a workout a day and then you're fixed. You had to focus on food.
Right.
Some of that some of the sleep things come from getting more exercise in. You're able
Mhm.
to be a little bit more tired at the end of the day, which is
Correct.
beneficial, right? If you wake up early and go to the gym at 5 a.m., work all day, come home with the kids, and then get ready for bed at 10 o'clock, you're probably going to be tired. Uh,
Right.
right. Yeah.
Right.
And that's kind of where I fall into a lot is like, man, 10 o'clock, I'm done. But I've luckily have just naturally fallen into that habit throughout my life. But you talk about that. I have, I guess throughout my entire life, I was fairly, like I've always been, I guess, on the healthy side. Like you would look at me and think I was healthy. I've gone through periods where I have not been as healthy and fit as I want to be for sure. Although I've done CrossFit, I say I've done CrossFit for 15 years. I did have a year and a half or so break in there when we moved to, we lived in Salt Lake City for 3 years. And front end of that was a hard transition. And I wasn't in the gym consistently there. Put on more weight than I wanted, had a little bit more body fat than I've ever had. And so like I got back into it after I saw a picture of myself. Then I was
Mm.
like, I've got to change. So made those adjustments, got back in. And since that period of time, probably in 2017, is where I've had this really consistent 8 years of solid, like consistent in CrossFit. And I can really see how it's benefited me in that. But all that to say, throughout my first probably, I guess, for up until about 4 or 5 years ago, I was in and out of being on the verge of being put on a
Mm.
high blood pressure medication. Look healthy, whatever. I have had a sweet tooth, and I think that runs in my family, high blood pressure. And I would always go into the doctor, and it would be high, and he'd be he'd be like, "Yeah, we got to check it again and come back in, and we'll see next time." And I had enough of that, and have seen that be corrected It's just a little thing, right? But that's a very common thing in men in their 30s and 40s now, sadly.
Right.
But fighting high blood pressure. And this is something that I do to keep me off of those medications and keep me off of having to rely on that. Like, it's just doing the work in the kitchen and in the gym to keep me in a healthy state. So, but there are so many other ways into which the chronic disease statement, how that manifests in us, specifically fathers. And I think I want to get back to why I believe that CrossFit is the best method for that, for us to help fathers defeat chronic disease.
Yes.
I've seen multiple cases of type 2 diabetes being reversed, not having it any longer. Seen multiple cases of people getting off of high blood pressure medication or off of statins, needing those cholesterol medicines, right? Being able to correct what they put in their body and the effort to which they put out in the gym can make those changes in people. And that's pretty amazing. You can do it alone, but it's hard. And I tell people quite often that I opened this gym because I cannot do it alone. I tried to do the garage gym life. Some people are disciplined enough to do it. I couldn't do it. I was not consistent. And I knew I needed to be around other people to help hold me accountable, help keep me going, push harder to give better intensity in those workouts. And through opening this gym, I kind of created that atmosphere. I have to work out alone a lot because I can't join in class time, but I still have the accountability to do the work. And I would say at 37, I'm as fit as I've ever been. Now, that's not that impressive of a statement. I'm not that fit, but I'm as fit as I've ever been, which is pretty cool to see, right? But go ahead. Yeah.
Sorry. When we when I knew that I had to get back to the gym after having this adrenal fatigue, I tried doing the home gym thing, 5 a.m. and it just I could not do it. I needed that community. It was really tough. I first went to a different gym. Ridge City was not open yet, and so you had not made the leap yet. But yes, that community is very important.
Man, how hard is it to go outside in that garage on a 35-degree morning and start pulling on that rower and picking up a cold barbell?
So
it's tough.
When I did it, when I started, it was during the summer.
Okay.
And if you know anything about summers in Arkansas, it is muggy, humid at 5 a.m. Mosquitoes were in the garage. I would be doing a burpee and look down, and there's a couple of mosquitoes on the ground.
Yep.
It was rough.
Yeah, it is rough. And like I said, some people are disciplined enough to do it. Great.
Right.
Do that. But we're not here for you necessarily. All right. Like, come join us if you wish. But we're here for the majority of us who don't have that level of discipline. And there's plenty of people in the area that we can help with that. Right. But yeah, it's a hard thing to do it alone. And I really don't think we are meant to do these things alone. We talk about that through faith. Like I said, I make the connection often of the CrossFit affiliate to the church, the Christian church, and might be heresy. I don't know. But I think it's a group of people that are united together pursuing the same goals, right? One is to be like Christ and the other is to be as healthy and fit as possible.
It's funny how there are so many similarities. I mean, you nailed it. There's just so many similarities to the CrossFit gym and the church, what the church is supposed to be like.
Yeah.
People
I agree.
sharing in hardship, sharing in food, sharing in life, everything in life.
Yep. We don't worship an individual.
No.
Though some do. Greg Glassman he's pretty smart and he's done something pretty cool, but he is not worshipful by any means. And neither is the organization. But I think the community that's created out of it can really spur one another. We can help spur one another on, like it talks about in Hebrews with the church. Yeah. So good.
I did want to mention a quote that we had in some of our notes. And we were talking about, and I don't know if this is a good time to bring this up, but in our nutrition the quote is, "Your body is built in the gym and sculpted in the kitchen,"
Yeah,
and that's how we do it. And that's how we live.
I agree. Yeah, with that, like you can come in here and work hard, and you cannot see good results if you do not eat well.
Right.
Yeah, and what are those results? It's cutting off the body fat, right? You can work hard and still carry some body fat around, but if you want to shed the body fat off of you and really see what you've been working for, gotta put the right things in your body.
Right.
And sometimes I've been learning this more and more too, is sometimes just be hungry. That's hard.
Right.
It's hard for me.
Right.
One other quick thought I had about why CrossFit is the best method for health and wellness is that it's the first health and wellness methodology or movement or whatever that has actually defined fitness. And fitness, the definition of fitness is the ability. I'm drawing a blank on the actual definition of it. I wanted to get it exactly right, and I'm struggling for that. Let me pull that up real quick. Sorry, I had it in my head, and I have it right here. But it's work capacity across broad time and modal domains.
Right.
And yeah, so the more fit you are, the more work you can do in a given time period, or the more work you can do, or the more work can be done in a faster time, right? And so we do a lot of most of our workouts are either for time or either a set amount of time and do as much work in that time as possible. And what that does is that gives us a constant measuring stick as to how much work we're getting done in those domains. Daily, we're testing it, right? We're not coming in and doing 3 sets of 10. Sometimes we do on different lifts, but we're not always just coming in and doing it slow and looking at our phone for a minute, talking to our buddy next to us for a minute, wiping our face, getting some water, using the bathroom, and do another set of 10, right? It's come in, get warm, get loose, get prepped, and then, hey, we're going to test you today and see what work you can get done in this period of time, or how fast can you do this work that we're going to give you. And it's humbling and it's challenging.
Very.
Yeah, very. Like you crushed Monday's workout. I was trying to catch you and I couldn't, right? What was that one? It was
Was that the burpees and
the burpees and snatches?
Snatches?
Yeah. Snatches and burpees. Yeah.
Burpees
not for me.
are those burpees or snatches. So one of my favorite movements, second favorite movement is the snatch. My favorite movement is clean and jerk.
Yeah. Like the barbell.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's if it's not body weight. If it's body weight, you're going to be in the dust on me.
Give me deadlifts and burpees and I'll be perfectly fine. But man, like
give me pull-ups and handstand push-ups.
Yeah.
You'll be left in the dust. See you later.
And this right here is one thing that I absolutely love about CrossFit is like we always compete.
Right.
And
yes.
You can tell me that, you can look at me and be like, Casey, I'm not a competitive person. If you're a dude, whatever, man. Like I don't believe you.
Last time we met, I talked about a little bit of my past of how I was kind of picked on, bullied in high school and stuff. And a lot of that came from because I didn't like being competitive. I didn't like people competing against me. And it wasn't until I started CrossFit that I realized it's because I'm the one that's competitive. I'm the one that's super competitive.
Yeah.
Family game night. I'm going to win.
Robbie's on. Yeah, I think that's huge, man, to realize that. And to realize that actually in a healthy manner, competition is good for us.
Right.
I mean, we have competition in work, right? You were competing with other people for those jobs.
Right.
And yeah, it sucks to lose. But if we take those losing moments and we use those as steps towards winning or towards the a step down the road, competition is very beneficial for us and it grows us.
Right.
And what it does in here is it gives us intensity. So if me and Robbie are doing the same workout next to one another and I'm over here like I'm really tired, I want to quit right now, but Robbie's still moving and I know he's ahead of me, I'm like, man, I got to go. I can catch Robbie. I can try to beat him. Maybe I beat him, maybe I don't. But what I did is I worked when I didn't want to. I challenged myself in a time when I was like, I want to give up. And
that's one reason I like our 4 p.m. class there at Ridge City, because usually there's 15, 20 people in there. And so you are, I mean, even if you're doing a burpee and your head is down, you could still in your peripheral see the people around you.
Yeah.
And it just kind of gets me going. I can see who's on my left, who's on my right, and still keep going. So.
People are moving when I'm not. I got to get going, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was talking with somebody about that 4 p.m. class today and how busy it can be. And they were like, I'm like, man, we're just going to keep rolling with it. It's busy. Just show up. We'll take care of you. So let's move on to the next question. It's very similar to question 1. But question 2 is, why is CrossFit the best method of health and fitness for dads? Why do you think that is?
Or why is it the best fitness outlet to become like?
Or
how do we become elite fathers through CrossFit?
Let me reread my question here. So why is CrossFit the best fitness outlet to become an elite father? So let's rephrase it. Yeah,
you're good. Man, it gives us health. Gives us a health and longevity.
Longevity.
Yes, longevity to live a long life with our families, and allows us not just be alive but active. Gives us a clear mind and remain calm during times of uncertainty. Prepares us for the unknown and unknowable again. So
yeah,
good stuff.
Yeah, the unknown and unknowable is something that I go back to often through CrossFit, through knowing that like I'm ready for anything that's thrown at me today. I'm not fearful of that. I'm confident that I can take it on. Sometimes it may come across cocky. My wife will tell you that I've got the biggest head in the room a lot of times, but it's honestly because like I feel like at the drop of a hat, I can do anything. I can go climb a mountain. I can go cover that distance. I can do my best to move that weight and not hurt my back, right? Like all those things I'm confident in doing because I challenge myself daily. I'm not sitting comfortably. I think that is a huge deal. The statement there that you said about being alive, not just let me read. I've got it here. It allows us to not just be alive, but be active.
Yes.
There's a lot to that.
There is.
What would you, how would
you want me to go on that?
Yeah. How would you describe that a little further?
A short little story. So the other night, my wife was putting our 9-month-old down to sleep. So it was about dusk, just before dusk. He goes to sleep about 7:30 or 8. Actually, he wasn't feeling too well, and so we knew that he just needed to be down.
Yeah.
The girls were a little crazy, a little active. I was actually cleaning my smoker and getting ready to smoke some meat the next day. And
I didn't think you were going to say smoke some meat when you said that statement just then.
all meat here, just smoking meat.
Yeah.
And so the girls came outside. I could tell that they were being a little crazy, a little hyper. And so I said, let me finish this, and then let's go jump on the trampoline. So as soon as I finished cleaning the grill and the smoker, we went and jumped on the trampoline. It's got some, it's got the net around it.
Yeah.
And because we've had some bad weather here recently, it's kind of fallen over a little bit. So we were on there for 10 minutes, maybe, because those things were falling over. I said, okay, let's go to the front yard. So we went to the front yard without any plan, no plan really at all. But we went to the front yard and we ran races through the front yard from our driveway to our neighbor's driveway. And it's maybe about 30 yards, just there and back. Ran sprints. And man, like if it wasn't for CrossFit, if it wasn't for the active lifestyle that we lead, how can you do that? Do you just, as a father, if you can't do that, do you tell your kids just go run?
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, you need to be out there with them.
Right.
And if I were to tell them, go run a race, go race your sister, they would be like, no, I'm not going to do that. Are you crazy? So I'm the one that initiated it. I got the dog out there. The dog's chasing me. The girls are chasing me and the dog.
Yep.
And so,
they want to be daddy for sure.
Another quick story I can tell you, one that just came to my mind. A few years ago, we went to the City Museum in St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's a lot of fun. I mean, there's like, oh, if you've never been to that, highly recommend it. Just go with your kids. I want to say actually, um, a little bit of a lie there. Sorry. I don't think the kids were with us. I think it was just a
Oh, you
trip
went there
where
alone. Nice.
it was like an anniversary trip to St.
Yeah.
Louis, and my wife and I, we were just like, let's hit up the City Museum to check it out.
Yeah.
I can't tell you. So if you've not been, there's just all kinds of activities for the kids. Like there's skate ramps without any skates. You just kind of run around this big skate
Okay.
ramp. There's um, tree houses everywhere. There's, I mean, just like just crazy stuff you can just climb on, jump off of, all foam pits everywhere. Like really a lot of fun. I can't tell you how many dads I saw there. They're doing this.
Yeah.
And so, like, it just really it put an impact in on my mind of like, I don't want to be that kind of dad.
Yeah.
I want to be the one that's active out there playing with the kids,
Yep.
and because that's what they're craving. They're craving that connection with
Yeah.
their father.
Yeah.
So
I struggle with that a lot. Being on my phone, I manage another business and then run this business, and I tend to put a lot on that of like I'm going to catch up when I'm not actively coaching or whatever, and sometimes that falls into playtime with the kids or
right.
practice that the kids are at, stuff like that. And I try, but I catch myself a lot of, man, get out of your phone and go be with them.
And those dads may have been, in a meeting
Who
on their
knows,
phone
right?
or
Yeah.
they may have had an emergency or whatever, and so I don't
Yeah.
want to downplay,
But you've got to be
everything,
conscious of that. Like you can
but
look
you do
at
have
your
to be
life.
conscious of it.
Yeah, you can look at your life and know if that's one thing that's distracting. And I'm going to give you like there's a really high population of parents out there, way more than are not, that are just stuck in their phones when they're with their kids. So like, yeah, I don't know your situation, but the chances of you being on your phone constantly are pretty darn high. Because I mean, I struggle with it too. There's a lot going on and trying to manage it, and then also it's a good distraction. But
Right.
yeah, the fact that you thought of it and were conscious of it, and like, hey, I'm going to be active with my kids, drives you to then be prepared to be active with your kids. I've got
Right.
an 11-year-old daughter, and she's actually like a pretty darn good runner. I have to struggle to beat her. My goal, though, is that I'm going to continue to beat her as she ages. Her long
Yes, sir.
legs, she's going to be a good runner, but I'm going to try. Same for both of my sons. Like I want to be able to stay ahead of them as long as possible, and that I think that's a pretty good flex to be able to have on your kids for a while, right? I can beat you in a
Right.
sprint, and stuff happens. Right?
Right.
I've hurt myself sprinting out here before. Well, no, I haven't. I've seen somebody hurt themselves at the gym. Actually, don't love that. But we want to be ready to go at all points. The aspect of like an elite father, one thing that's really, really cool about what we do in a CrossFit affiliate is you don't have to have a plan, right? You're a busy
Right.
dad. You find an hour in the day that it works for you to come into the gym, and you get your entire workout done, warm up, workout, cool down, done in an hour. You're not going to spend that little time getting actual fitness in at a Globo gym unless you are incredibly disciplined.
Right.
Like you come in and you get coached through it, you're guided through it, and you're able to do it with friends, right? Like you're not just alone. Maybe you don't have any friends, you'll make them. It's something that it's coming and it's ready made for you. You just have to show up. I've seen that statement a lot. Get with the programming guys, Chase and Bill, they've got that, I think, that shirt that says just show up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it, man. And what we do here, you show up consistently and you're going to see results. And that's one reason I think it's so important for for fathers who want to be elite, to have
Right.
a consistent exercise routine. But I think, why do it any way else than CrossFit? Challenge yourself, surround yourself with people that are like-minded, push yourself to be better. I think this is the way.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you said it great there. I just think for people like me, I can't figure out the right regimen. If I were to do it on my own, I can't figure out, well, today I need to do tries and biceps, and
Yeah.
tomorrow I need to do calf raises. And
Yeah.
it's just a lot of work, especially my mind is constantly going 24/7 with my work and with everything going on with our family and stuff. And so it's nice to
Yep.
just come to the gym with community already. It's
Yeah.
there on the whiteboard, ready to go.
Yep. And there's a lot, we're an information age. We have so much information. You can find a plan out there. You can pay $10 a month for a plan,
Right.
$100 a month for a plan, whatever you want. One cool thing about coming into the gym and doing an affiliate is, like, let's say you did go to the gym with a plan and you were going to do biceps and back today, and then tomorrow you're going to bench press, and then the next day you back squat, but then you figure out you hurt your knees back squatting and you don't know why and you can't correct it. Well, that's what we're here for as coaches, is I'm able to help you be like, well, hey, you actually are squatting incorrectly. Let's fix a couple of things. Well, I'm able to adjust your body position and your mechanics so that you can back squat well. If you don't know how to do it and you've never been taught how to do it, watching it on the internet likely isn't going to solve that problem, because they can't see what your issue is. And that's one great thing about having a coach on hand, is we can help you. If you're willing to be learned, if you leave your ego at the door and you're able to be coached a little bit, you're going to come so far in what we, in movement, and then in also nutrition.
Right.
Yeah.
Well said.
Thanks, man. Well, we're at about 31 minutes here.
Yeah.
And thanks for talking this through with me. I'm really excited. Next week, we're going to be back. We've got I can't believe how cool of a guest we're going to have for guest
Our
number
very
one.
first guest. And
I'm going to
big.
cross my fingers that it doesn't fall through, but man, I am pumped about guest number one. It's a big deal. So, Robbie, I hope you're ready for that. I know I am. And we'll be back hopefully next Wednesday with our first guest on the Forging Elite Fathers podcast for episode 3.
All right. See you later.
Right. See ya.